All right, welcome guys, good evening. Welcome to Dose of Our Reality, to our show today. We have some guests, they will introduce themselves and then we'll go over everything today. All right, I will have Kamil and Khadija introduce themselves.
Sure. My name is Kamil Abdullahi Haider. I am a co-founder and also the graphic designer for Somal House of Art. Somal House of Art is a collective of Somali visual artists in the state, I should say. And we work with a lot of Somali visual artists, and we have exhibitions and workshops and so forth. So we're here today to kind of talk about the upcoming annual exhibition that initially opened today.
That is exciting.
Yes.
That's very exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Khadija, go ahead.
Yes, so my name is Khadija Sharif. I am one of the artists that work under the Somal House project. And for this series, I'm really excited to work with them. I'm a poet and a photographer.
Wow.
I'm also currently a student, so there's a lot of juggling going on.
Great,
Yeah.
great. So I was amazed by the fact that you guys literally do art
Yes.
for like the Somali community, and like, how did you guys end up coming up with all that idea of like just having a gallery of our Somali people with like history behind each gallery? How did you come up with that?
Well, I think primarily it has to do with how much progress we have made as Somali community in this state.
Yes.
I should say even worldwide as well. I think the first immigration pattern is to look for housing, education, employment, and so forth. But you get to a certain point where you have everything available to you,
True.
and then you have to think about how else can you progress the community.
True.
So we thought arts would be one of the key components to help uplift our people and our community.
Great. Wow, that's good.
How long have you guys been running in terms of years?
Well, so there were years that we thought about it, and then there's years that we really were functioning.
Yeah.
But our first annual exhibit was in 2016. We held it in St. Paul. There was a masjid called Dar al-Ulum.
Yeah.
Prior to that, it was a church, but then it got sold to Muslim Somalis in particular. And we did our exhibit there, and kind of from there on, we had annual exhibits and monthly exhibits as well.
Perfect. I went through your page a couple times this week just to like get more info.
Sure.
And the thing that I liked about the most, I think, on the front page talked about you guys normalizing visual arts in our community, and that's like
That's true.
just so unique. That's different from like everything else that's out there, and it's like
Absolutely.
giving these people the studio time and
Yeah. Think about it. Absolutely.
Definitely.
It's I mean, whatever you're good at, I think at some point you're always standing on the shoulders of the giants before you.
Definitely.
So what you have to think is like, okay, I'm in this position, I'm in this time frame.
Yep.
How can I make it better? So for us, it's looking at Somali art and the artifacts at the Somali Museum, for example, Dakhankena, I mean, our culture and our religion, all of that. You always have to, see it in a way to progress it further from where we are. So for us, it's like, what does Somali contemporary art looks like?
Definitely.
That's the kind of remaining question for us, and we're hoping that through our collective, we produce a lot of art.
You guys have been, you guys are definitely making noise here in the state of Minnesota, mashallah.
Soma House of
Soma-
Art is more like that I enjoy looking at when I met with you guys and did a little bit of trip, going over everything with you guys. I was amazed by the fact that you guys had each and every picture had a story behind it.
Yes.
Who was that lady that had like a picture like?
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm looking horrible.
that's
but-
Ria Jama from
yeah.
Canada.
So,
Yeah.
how do you come up with stories or to choose each individual to talk about their story, like
Absolutely.
in behind, like a not like voice-wise, but in picture to express their feelings, in a way that you look at it and it's like, oh my God, what happened to this person? Or impressive,
Absolutely.
So how do you choose the right individuals in the community, or do they approach you? How do you do that?
It kind of is both, actually. So
Okay.
sometimes they do approach us, sometimes we do seek them, the artists out.
Okay.
But for majority of the time, it's always looking at it, which of these Somali artists, because we have annual exhibit, which is much more very established. kind of mid-career, mid-established artists.
Okay.
And then we have Spirit, which is a monthly thing, and it's for like, you know,
Okay.
emerging and kind of students to kind of
Great.
practice and exercise that way of, in terms of exhibiting. But primarily we seek out, we think about the concept, the theme behind it. Arikti Wadak, for example, is this year what we're doing is that we have artists from Canada, artists from Sweden, artists from UK.
So it's international.
It's international exhibit that we
Amazing.
have.
Guys,
yes.
do you hear that?
Yeah.
This is great.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and the kind of like the thinking behind even the logo itself is like Deren, or the finger weaving mat that we have in our community.
Oh, wow.
So each pattern has its own, you know, unique. So Khadija, for example, works with through words and image. So that's a pattern in itself. But together we can all weave and create some sort of a mat,
Wow.
symbolically speaking.
Wow,
of course.
amazing.
Yeah.
This is tremendously exciting.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to school for this, or you just born with the
Yeah.
being an artist, you know, like being good at galleries and things
Well,
like that?
I mean, I work, so it's me as a graphic designer.
Okay.
I graduated from College of Design at University of Minnesota.
Wow.
And our curator, Mahmoud Momin, graduated from U of M as well, but in chemistry.
Wow.
And then our director, Khadija Mose, she graduated from U of M as well, and then graduated in sociology. So in a way, it's like my practice is graphic design, but we all are contributing artists as well.
How did you three meet, if you don't mind?
Well, Mahmoud had a photography exhibit called
Okay.
The Youth, Danyarada, which was up in Weizmann, which was up in other places at the
Yeah.
Art Museum in Michigan, even recently up in Norway as well. So I was one of the subjects.
Oh.
But prior to that, we knew each other a little bit, but after that project's when we really
And then
got to
you
know each other.
decided to do together.
But I'm sure Khadija has also a different experience.
Yeah, so Khadija, tell me, how do you feel being an artist, or like you know, when they have the gallery and people just walk around and they see your face? When you were doing like the artist part, like they were taking your pictures and that, did you have a story behind it and why you wanted to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I loved art growing up. I was into poetry as a child. I was into images and photography. I loved visual work, and it inspired me constantly. But when I really got into it, was when I first was introduced to Mu'min, who was and still is my visual mentor.
Oh,
He's really exposed me to a lot of artwork, exposed me to opportunities, and kind of put me under his wing to teach me about what art is and how you can have confidence in your own
In
artwork.
your own art, yeah.
But it was, I think for me, a lot of that came from not only seeing just Mu'min, but also seeing other artists like Kamil himself, or Khadija, or other community members express themselves, and maybe it's not artistically, maybe it's professionally, but having that confidence of sharing their own truth and letting the community know what they can share.
Okay, so each picture specifically has a story behind it, and that story is personal things that you've went through, and you want people to understand what this picture is really coming from. Does this story focus on your past to what you have right now? Like, is it like from back home in Somalia, the pain you went through, all that? Does that explain that on the picture, or is it, or you could be happy in the life that you have right now and with a big smile on the picture and be like, okay, damn, you're happy, right?
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Well, I think each artist has his own unique way of expressing themselves.
Okay.
So it could be more socially, it could be something that they are interested in, they want to explore more.
True.
It could also be religious-wise, it could be gender-wise, but primarily Arikti Wadak, the reason why we call it Arikti Wadak was because of that, our heritage as Somalis.
Okay.
So everything
Yes.
that we do, every artwork that we create has some sort of a sense of connection to the culture and our heritage. So in that sense, it is a shared vision.
Okay.
But each artist has his own medium that they work with. So they have people that work with metal, people who work with sculpture, people who, I try to work with shadows. So I try to capture shadows as they're
shadows.
moving along. So
Do we have a shadow?
Do you guys have a team for these projects, or is it like everybody brings something to the table when you guys are having these
yeah,
events?
primarily we are three of us. It's Khadija and Mahmoud and I.
Yep.
And then we kind of like think about what is the next exhibit is going to be,
Yep.
what the theme is, and then also who are the artists, and the
Cool.
process is long. So even to like setting up the frame itself
Frames,
on the
yes.
wall, like we have to do that ourselves. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That is where uniqueness comes to play. I also digging through your website, I've seen that you guys give like more credit to these artists compared to like them hanging up their work at a museum. They're always there, you know, presenting their work, and it's
Sure.
like I've seen some videos and also pictures of like events that you guys held before, and it's like it attracts so many different people. So it's like that one-on-one. You always want to hear that story behind it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, even like the collaboration, working with Khadija, for example, is very collaborative. It's not, I mean, she sees it, you know, it's like you're part of Somal House of Art, but you're also an artist, but you're also contributing to a lot of extent. So we want our people to understand how to make art,
Yep.
to conceptualize it, but also put it up the artwork, be able to present it, be able to write an artist statement about it. You know, I mean, to a lot of people, I think outside of the art realm, think that art is kind of a hobby, something you do
Yeah,
after work.
Yes.
definitely.
But for a lot of us, it's really day job that we have. So
Art just opened up people's eyes, to be honest. I remember freshman year
yeah,
taking this 2D design class, and out of all the classes that I'm taking, this professor gave me the hardest time. And when the semester was over, like, you know, out of our lecture class, we had only 6 people,
no,
you know, finish the class, and he comes up to me and talks to me. He's like, you know, you have a lot of patience because you're the only guy that actually went along with this. But, you know, it's different compared to like learning art and like producing is different.
Yeah,
You know, not
that
being
is true.
criticized by somebody else is different.
yes.
I mean, you know,
Absolutely.
and you guys are giving these people the platform to be like, you know what, bring your stuff to the table. We would definitely look at it, and we would give you guys that platform. So it's,
Absolutely, absolutely. We have a lot of people that we still working with, that hold their art actually inside their homes.
Oh.
They are afraid to showcase it. So we work with them and kind of showcase it. That's why we have like a monthly exhibit too,
Yep.
called Speedwave, so that people will have that feeling of like, oh, I can do it. I can mount my artwork, and we can have discussions about it. So we try to
Mashallah,
get that
that's-
fear out of them too.
That's-
have you guys started getting out of the city
Yes.
in terms of like touring to other places and holding these?
Yes, we recently came back from Scandinavia, and that's how the international artists, we've met some of them too as well while we were touring, and met with them and talked to them. So this is international right now, but I think next
Mashallah.
step is to kind of also connect artists in Somalia, other parts of Europe and Middle East and
That's
so
fun.
forth. Yeah.
That's
And your whole thing is just visual art.
Visual art, but also we are weaving with spoken art and performance and so forth. Yeah.
Do you guys see yourself ever expanding to like,
Yeah.
you know, be open to like, you know, artists in terms of like people who bring music or
Absolutely.
play, stuff
Absolutely.
like that, or
Absolutely. I mean, one of my artwork is called Beni Rat Mulha. It's based on a Somali song.
yep.
Wow.
So it's we really love. I mean, we combine all the elements
Together.
that makes our culture. Yeah.
Wow.
So I have another question for you. All I can hear is mostly international, focusing on the Somali stories behind their pain, their success, all that stuff. Are you guys working with other individuals besides just the Somali community, or can you guys work with Black? Can you guys work with White? Did you ever have people approaching you guys for those offers?
Sure, yeah.
Do you guys do that?
Sure, we have, but I think I'll have to go back to a Somali proverb that, you know, "Ninti sa daryala tokalo hku dari karo."
Okay, can
So
you say
like
that in English?
if you better what you have,
Yes.
then you can be an actual asset to the other communities as well.
True.
So
That
because
is
the
correct.
contemporary Somali art is not functioning, because it's not functioning right now the way we see it, we hope to be the first step to kind of make that set.
That's it,
And then
awesome.
once that becomes really saturated in the community, I
Exactly.
think we can, I mean, at the
I
end of the
think
day, we love to
That's
share.
great.
Yeah.
I think the audience were gonna clap. What part were they clapping? The Somali
Proverb,
proverb?
probably.
Can you guys clap again? Thank you. Thank you. See, I love this about our community. You
Yeah.
know? We're willing to give our hands, but we have to be perfect before we move forward to
Absolutely.
the rest of the
Yeah.
community.
But
So-
we still have connections. We are connected to institutions and other people that we collaborate. and are actually our friends and mentors too. So in the other community, so it's not that it's just the artist
The
part.
art part,
We
yeah.
want Somalis to kind of do this.
Yeah. So volunteers, do you
Absolutely.
guys pick any a younger generation that they can come over?
Yes.
Like after school things and
Absolutely.
draw stuff, and you guys
Yeah.
can encourage them and stuff like that. How is that?
Absolutely. Well, until recently, we haven't had a space. So we, in less than a month or so, we'll get a permanent
space.
space.
Okay.
So hopefully, then we have an actual location where kids can come and actually draw and be inspired and have a permanent gallery set up.
So you will take volunteers.
Absolutely. Oh, we will
to
love
help
them.
you guys.
Oh, we will
Yeah,
love them.
right?
Yes.
That
And
would be
is it-
amazing.
Yes.
Is
That
it a
would
lot
be-
of like painting and paints to play around with?
Yep. So you get to work with a curator. So a curator is somebody who envisions how the gallery looks like.
Oh, okay.
So you get to work with a director who kind of manages everything.
Perfect.
You get to work with me as a graphic designer. So how to be social media creative and whatnot.
I will be so bad at it, like drawing. I'll be grabbing the colors,
Yeah.
throwing, and be like, okay, what do you think, designer? I like the mixture of the colors that Mahmoud does and
Yes,
stuff like that.
absolutely.
I follow him in social media. That's how I end up getting hold of Somar House of Arts. They're amazing. Is there a location that you guys have that people can go and look at your gallery and things
Absolutely.
like that?
So we are open now for the rest of the month of September,
Mm-hmm.
and it's every Friday and Saturday from 5 p.m. until 7:30, and it's at the Masjid Dar al Quba. It's where Cedar
Cedar?
Riverside
Cedar
Station
Riverside, yep.
is.
Good.
The address is 1501 South 6th Street,
Cool.
Minneapolis. Yeah.
Exciting. And guys, they do have an event that you guys have to go and
Yes.
see. Exhibition.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the 8th we have a reception, so we'll have all the artists come in and actually give a talk and discuss about the artwork. So
Yeah,
you
I'm
get to ask
coming,
them.
definitely.
Please.
We
And
gotta
I will
go.
tell you guys about a story about me so you
Yeah.
can do it. It'll be a weird style. Khadija, tell me, how do you feel being part of the team of art people and just being, you yourself?
Yeah.
Do you get to meet with people and just tell them that this is me and that's me over there? And do they ask you like, why did you choose to do that? And
Yeah.
what's the story behind it? And then you go down the road with them?
Yeah, so one thing is that I'm really grateful to Samal House and also to Kamel, Khadija, and Mu'min.
Great.
Because they have provided kind of this platform to artists who are my age and younger and older to be vulnerable, be open, and show their
Perfect.
creativity.
Yeah.
And so with my art personally, I share through poetry and visual work. Typically, people will come up and ask questions, and usually sometimes I have the answers, sometimes I don't.
Sometimes.
So I'm really grateful for one to just see like 12 different artists
Yeah.
come together and show what the Somali culture looks like in
True.
bits and pieces. So hopefully it'll be great. I would love to see you guys come.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we will definitely have to come there. But
Yeah. Isn't it exciting how you have this amazing people part of our community just achieving and moving forward and making us look amazing in this community? It's not easy, but we still all push it up. Isn't that great, guys? Please give a clap to this audience, to our guests. And I want to thank you guys all so much for coming. We have a full house. Thank you so much. Does anybody have a question for Soma House of Arts? Any question?
What big strides do you see in the art community right now for Somalis?
Shrines. Can you explain a little bit more?
Sure. What is happening in our community right now from an art standpoint that you feel happy with? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Oh. You know how we say like every Somali is a poet? I feel like every Somali is also an artist.
Good.
They just don't have the platform or even maybe the courage to come up and actually do some artwork. But I feel like there's a lot of kids. The number of artists we worked, I think we could quadruple that number if people actually were aware of Somali House of Art and people were actually, let them see that art and design and photography, all of that, it's something that somebody could make money off that. Because a lot of times I think our parents say, if you're not making money of it,
Get out.
you're not
Yeah.
do it. So you should encourage. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're gonna take a 3 minutes break and we are gonna go and bring you some special guests that we have in the house today. I am so excited for you and myself too. Somebody save me today. All right, have a great day.
Yeah. Thank you.
We wanted to showcase and celebrate Somali Americans' contribution to the greater community here. Our goal is to shed light on how Somali individuals throughout the United States have overcome many obstacles they face to give back to the country that have given them so many resources they needed to succeed. Giving our people the media platform they could trust so they could inspire the young minds of the future. We also wanted to bring our community together in so many ways through our live audience interaction, thanks to you guys. And we also, in the near future, we want to start promoting our local businesses. We want to go out there and start a volunteer group around our city to issues that matter both to us and you guys. We also want to document untold inspirational stories of our Somali communities to see what they have brought to the table, and what they are working on to benefit our community as a whole. We wanted to showcase and celebrate Somali Americans' contribution to the greater community here. Our goal is to shed light on how Somali individuals throughout the United States have overcome many obstacles they face to give back to the country that have given them so many resources they needed to succeed. Giving our people the media platform they could trust so they could inspire the young minds of the future. We also wanted to bring our community together in so many ways.
All right, guys, welcome back. And I had a guest. Look at the surprise I have for you guys. It's amazing. I can't even tell. I'm nervous right now. He's sitting here. You know, a real celebrity from our community, Minnesota, Somalia, you name it. He's representing us internationally everywhere. Barkad.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shukri is honored to be here with you, and I'm very happy with what you're doing. It's
Thank you.
very honored. And thank you everyone for coming over.
Thank you. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Barkad is with us today, and I'm literally beyond excited. You know, like a Hollywood star sitting right next to us. Oh my God, I'm nervous. Mohammed, do you want to take over?
I don't know where to start. I just have this question for the audience real quick, but like, there's this thing that I've always wondered. Us Somali people, we don't get starstruck.
That's
we treat
true.
our celebrities like
Yeah.
They're regular people, but once we meet them, we're just there like, oh my God, we don't know what to do.
Exactly.
And we
I know what to do now. I'm pulling up myself. We're gonna ask Barkat some questions, and he's gonna tell us a little bit about behind Hollywood lifestyle, his lifestyle, and what he has for a community, what he can advise us, and things like that. Not so much. He's a very, very busy guy to have him
Yes.
over here. What made you inspired to literally Barkat start Captain Philip? What made you like, I
Well-
really want to do this?
Well, thank you again
Yes.
for the very warm welcome for both of
You're
you.
welcome, bro.
To be honest, I love filmmaking, and it was the beginning. It was just something very small. This is where I started. I wanted to do my own movie, which was called Iyal Kafada. I don't know if anyone of you heard it before.
Yeah.
But that's where it all started from, and
Okay.
that's where my love of filmmaking started. And around that time, that Iyal Kafada, it came to an end. The audition for Captain Phillips came. So I took my chances.
Good, good. Was there a lot of people who showed up as well and
Sure,
wanted to
yeah.
be Captain Philip?
There were a lot of people.
Exactly.
Just happened to be the lucky one, yeah, I
amazing.
guess.
Yeah. I mean, you pulled one of hell out of movie that everybody was proud. I went back home and people were watching and they're like, he lives in Minnesota. Did you ever see him? I'm like, yeah, he's my buddy too. You know. But I'm so proud of us. Like we're really moving forward. MashaAllah. We have actors, we have artists, we have poems. Like literally amazing show we've been doing, and having Barkat here and telling us about everything is just super great. What advice do you have for the community that you can advise our young generation, especially right now that everybody's striving to be anything they want?
Well, what my advice is, just keep working on whatever you like, whatever you're passionate about. Keep working at it and don't stop. You know, they will be hard. You know, Somali ninki kufa like ninki kao kufa magarate. So basically, if you don't fall down, you won't feel marate to how to feel to get up there. So whatever you're doing, keep at it. You know, don't give up, and just someday, you know, things will change.
Exactly. Yep. So there we go.
Keep improving.
You never fail. We fail, we stand up.
Yeah.
We've been through so much in our life. Nobody has ever thought we could ever be what we are right now, and like have a red carpet celebrity in our show. I didn't know I'm gonna have Barkat in my show. Or not only that, the fact that he's around the world representing not only himself but the whole community. Yani imagine what face we have out there, you know. We go to these theaters and we're watching our brother acting and encouraging us that you can follow your dreams and you will end up being on the red carpet one day. You know, every time somebody starts something good in our community, we all know this, right? And every time we start something in our community, there are those people who will support you no matter how crappy or it's amazing, they will support you. And there are those that will kind of like, okay, whatever, what the heck are they doing? You know, like things like that. So Barkat is gonna tell us, being the only actor in our community and like surface around the world and doing everything positive and all the negative things that has happened before. Acting all these movies represent a lot of stories behind our lifestyle. Barkat, what are the taboos in our community for support or for like anything? Can you just tell us a little bit about what you feel?
Yeah, one of the things is, like always Somali people, majority of them, I wouldn't say majority, some of them take it personal. Like if we're telling a story about whatever the case is, let's say pirates, they take offense.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's they shouldn't take offense. It's a story, you know, it's something that happened, or you know, there's
just part of
something.
life.
Yeah, it's a story. Filmmaking is a storytelling, you know, and Somali people, we tell a lot of stories. Yeah, so you know, there's a lot of movies that I've done that the character wasn't Somali. When I read the script, it wasn't Somali. It was different nationality, but because of me, they changed it to it. And people saying, "Oh, they're talking about us."
Yes. They
not-
they
yeah.
feel like they're getting attacked
Yeah.
for their lifestyle that is happening back home. And when we're chose to be one of those people,
Yeah.
participate just for the face.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing your job,
That's
but
it's
whatever's
a job at the
happening
end of
back
it.
home,
There's a lot of
it's
people
not.
need to understand it's
True.
a business. At the end of it, filmmaking is a big business.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people, you know, the Somali people, they have to understand it, you know, as far as artists.
Perfect.
Whether it's singing or acting, you know, we have to support our own.
Exactly.
You know, you have to support our own, and like there is no big interest or support for our
Exactly.
artists.
True.
And
Yeah.
even though we like to hear good music or watch a good film,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if we don't support those small ones that's doing hard
True.
and trying to
To
tell
be
a story,
yeah.
you know, we
reach a
won't
place.
get there.
Yeah.
But that's what our people should definitely understand.
Yeah.
You know, movies is not just Bollywood movies. We got Hollywood now.
Yeah.
And for me, like, you know, following up with Barkat,
Yeah.
I actually like your other movie, The Eye in the Sky,
Yeah.
way more
Amazing.
than Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
And I remember going to Captain Phillips with a group of my Somali friends. And when I went to The Eye in the Sky, a lot of the people that I went to didn't want to go, and I went with another group, some of my coworkers, and
Yes.
people after them, I started asking people questions, and
Yeah.
they liked the story behind that.
Yeah.
There's stuff like that that need to be pointed out.
Exactly.
It's definitely current events
That is
that's
happening.
in the world.
It's
you know,
really happening. Yeah. And you know, supporting is a different total story. When it comes to individual attack, that's
Yeah.
even worse because we're supposed to encourage the people who are standing out there for us and being proud that they can do such a role, even though it's not affecting our lifestyle. But it's affecting other people, and that's why it's being brought in, like as a movie.
definitely.
Each and every day, a white man does a movie regarding a white man killing somebody or attacking somebody or killing kids or things like that.
Your own
Every
people,
day in
yeah.
a movie.
Your own people could tell the story
Exactly.
better.
So if they can do that and still support them and have like award winning on such movies, why not ourselves? We should just encourage everybody individually is doing something they're good at and they're being chosen for it. Don't be thirsty about it, just be happy about it.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. Yes. Yes. And Barkat is one hell out of actor. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love him and I watch all his movies. He's super great and I am so proud of him, not only for us again, for the whole community and the internationally of our Somali world. And I want one thing before we move forward. Barkat, can you do the Captain Philip thing you did, please?
Somebody record this.
I just wanted, I'm not gonna say I'm the captain right now, but he can
There
do
you go.
it.
You said it, right?
No, you do it. Should we do it?
You're the captain now here.
Should we do it?
Shukri, you're the captain now here.
He has to be the captain, right? Even though it's not the boat, we still have the stage. Do it. I want you to do it.
No, you are the captain.
Okay,
there.
I'm the captain right now. But
no doubt about that.
yeah, so thank you so much. Please give a hand to Barkat.
Man,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, does anybody have a question for Barkat? Any question? Yes, go ahead.
First of all, I'm a big fan. And is there any movies that you mixed up?
Yes, I do actually have a few movies coming out this coming year. One is called The Extraordinary Journey of the Fakir,
Wow.
which is based on a French novel, and it stars an Indian actor named Danush.
Oh.
That should be coming out soon, as well as A Girl from Mogadishu. Yeah, so that's a very important story. It talks about the real story of Efrah Muhammad, who is a Somali girl that's, you know, it's based on her story, and you know, she's an activist in Ireland. She works for the FGM and stuff. So it's a story about that, and we also have Mariam Russell in that movie.
Oh, my favorite singer.
wow.
Wow, I have to watch that. I have to watch
Yeah.
that. Amazing. So good stuff are coming for us. See, people are
Yeah.
doing things behind the back door. So
I don't know. I don't know if I'm lucky to be here with Barkad or if I want to join the audience, ask
Yeah.
another question real quick.
Yeah.
What
Did you
is
guys
this?
take pictures as much as you can?
Yeah.
But you
I have a question.
Mohammed? Yeah.
And hopefully this is the last question if the audience doesn't have a
Sure,
question.
sure,
go for
But what was your favorite project that you worked on?
Well, you know, it's different from movie to movie. It's different, but my favorite was The Pirates of Somalia. I like that story a lot, and I don't know if you guys seen it.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
So
Yes.
you know,
Really well.
it was really, you know, the whole everyone that I was working with. You know, it was really great, and it was really good story.
Story. Yeah.
That one is based on a true story, right?
It was
Yeah.
based on a true story. Yeah.
Exciting. Thank you.
Thank you
So,
very much.
anybody else with another question for Barkad before he leaves us?
Oh,
Yes, Mohammed.
What inspired you to be a filmmaker?
What inspired you to be a
What
filmmaker?
inspired you to be a filmmaker?
A filmmaker, to be honest with you, is a lot of things inspired me. I like the storytelling, and is what make me take the decision and go now is it was some movies that I seen, some Somali movies that I seen I didn't like. That was one of the things that moved me
To move
to
forward.
do it now
Great.
than later. Yeah. So.
Perfect. So, all right. Thank you so much. I am very thankful so much for everything that you guys have participated today. And I thank you, Barkad, again
Yes.
for coming over to us.
definitely
But
we'll have him again, inshallah.
definitely. But the show is not done. We have our Somali troupe dancers in the house, and I'm gonna introduce Mahmoud Osman to the stage as well. Mahmoud, join us, please. Yes. They were supposed to make you come through there.
I don't know why she.
Welcome.
Big fan. Oh, thank you, brother. Sit down.
Okay. I think.
Good, you good.
All right. So we have Mahmoud in the house, and Barkad, I think you'll share your microphone.
Yeah. We share it, definitely.
Yeah, we need the celebrity to share the microphone.
Got you.
Thank you.
Get you to dance in a little bit too. So.
Oh,
Oh, that's gonna be exciting. You wanna move this, Mohammed? You wanna
Yeah.
move this there?
oh yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, Mahmoud, what do you have for us today?
Yes, so thank you for having us. My name is Mahmoud Osman Mohammed.
Perfect.
And I'm a high school teacher at Wilson International High School, as well as the program director of the Somali Museum of Minnesota,
Okay.
which is the only operating Somali museum in North America and the only one of its kind around the world.
Exactly, yes.
So
Whoa.
Give it up for that.
Yeah.
the Somali Museum of Minnesota was founded by my father, Osman Ali,
MashaAllah.
who has traveled to Somalia, collected artifacts, and brought them here.
Okay.
To tell you a little bit about the Somali Museum, and then we'll get to the dancing.
Yes.
So the Somali Museum of Minnesota is home to traditional Somali arts.
Okay.
It displays collection of artifacts that is used as a tool for education
Oh, amazing.
for our young people. So making it possible for Somalis who were born here to connect with their Somali heritage,
Okay.
as well as Minnesotans from other ethnic backgrounds to learn about our beautiful culture.
Okay.
I happen to be very lucky to manage the Somali Museum dance troupe, who's making a lot of noise, so let's give them a hand.
Yes. So am I able to dance today?
Of course you
Yes.
can. Of
Okay,
course you can.
You
So
wanna teach me?
yes, so the Somali Museum Dance Troupe is a program of the Somali Museum. These young men and women dance dances from all over Somalia.
Wow.
Not only do they perform them, but they also study it.
Wow.
So I want to show you a couple of moves, you and Barkad as well, and you, Mo.
This is
And
fun.
after that, we'll watch them dance.
Should I
All right.
start?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. This is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be exciting. I hope.
So the first dance we'll be dancing is called Danto.
All right. Is there music?
Yeah, we could put on music. No music, right? So, danto, did you guys know that danto mimics the actions of a camel?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, now I know.
Because camel is a popular animal in Somalia. We drink its milk, we eat its meat, it's the transportation and more.
Okay.
So,
That's where we get the dance from.
yes, that's where we got the dance from.
Cool.
Camel. So we're gonna be doing the camel
All
dance
right.
pretty much.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
go.
So we're gonna swing our arms from side to side.
Okay.
They gotta be relaxed and carefree. Bam,
Oh
bam,
my God.
bam. There you go, both hands though.
Cool.
Both heads.
There you go, boom, boom. And then you bob your knees like this. Boom,
That's good.
boom, boom, boom. Now, now here's my favorite part, all right? My favorite part is the bobbing of the neck.
Oh, this is.
So how you do that? You bob your neck like a camel.
Okay, so we can do like that.
There you go, give him a hand, give them a hand.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
As well.
Thank you,
Can't
man.
imagine the camera.
Yep. All right, and I think this is where I get to have the real dancers dance because I'm not good at it. I'm still learning. All right, so who's gonna dance?
Yes, so come on up.
We'll have the team come up, and then they will dance for us. I love the music. We have the music set ready?
Not yet.
It's here for you. Perfect. We'll talk.
Are they holding you here hostage?
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So for the audience, don't be afraid to bust a move. So
They can definitely
dance
dance.
if you want to.
Yes.
So over here we have Tarah, who is one of our famous dancers. We have Khalid Wilwal, who's also a very popular dancer and a veteran. We have Yasmin, Nim'o, Nafisa, and our new member, Bilan.
That one's fine.
So are you guys ready for the danto?
Yes.
I can't hear you, I need energy. Are you guys ready for the danto? Yeah! Wow, that's what I'm talking about. All right.
The stage is getting hot. All right. We're moving everything. So am I dancing today?
Right here if you'd like. You can just
Okay. I don't think I know how to dance, but
We'll be partners, Shukri. Let's go.
all right.
No, Barkat's got this.
All right, great.
Should I go?
Right here. You guys got the
Barkat, you
stage.
good?
I'm trying to watch.
All right.
Yeah, I'll watch this.
Felicita.
All right, does that work? Just like that. Wow. You see that, guys? Wow. I love that.
kini moy tahay barbarka gadhanka bakaga bilo kita kada pudulo tay annagasha dadam kada kada bilo.
Everyone can clap. Everyone can clap. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was super great, and now I know how to dance as well. And this is where I say thank you so much for coming and joining Dose of Reality. And Barkat is in the house. You guys can take pictures. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Barkat, you wanna come here and we take pictures?
Yeah.